In this video, I'm going to explain about procedure of fabrication of a tank from very, scratch level to the complete development of tank fabrication. What are the major procedures or what are the major activities involved and what are the major quality oriented tests involved in this procedure for the tank fabrication. So stay tuned till end of this video. My name is Engineer Vakas Ahmed. I help people to change their job career from ordinary level to planning engineering. So as of now in today's video, my target is to explain about the tank fabrication. But after understanding of this procedure, of this process, you will be able to feel that how planning engineers are going to use this data and going to load within some certain software and can convert it into magical transformational data. Let's start. So in this video, I'm going to explain you the fabrication procedure, what kind of task involved while having development of this kind of fabrication of tanks and all that. You must have seen all such kind of tanks around the industry, in chemical industry, fertilizer, petrochemical refineries. So here I'm going to share with you that first of all, you need to understand this is a simple tank and you need to first segregate that this part is called rooftop. Okay, there are manhole or manway, vent, outlets. This is staircase, right? This is top roof, and these all sections like this one, these are the shell plates, right? So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shell plate courses. So they will be fabricated separately, right? Their rounds are going to be considered one by one. So this portion is called shell area of the tank, shell. Okay. And then this area would be considered as a bottom plates or sump, bottom and sump. Sump is actually relating that to that certain valve which is going to take all the drainage and all that, outlet valve you can say. So this is bottom plate area. And there are staircases to just for the workers to go upside area for the maintenance purposes, to installation of nozzles. There are many other things for the piping outlets. PSV should be installed over here, pressure safety valve, right? So these are the different parts of our certain tank, right? So after understanding it, we are going to start to fabricate from very scratch level. So I'll be sharing that picture as well with you people to visualize that when we are going to work inside our workshop area, our yard area, our workers are going to start working from the straight our fabrication sheets. They are going to first activities layout and marking, then they are rolling out those sheets. They are going to make sandblasting, and then they are going to make beveling and welding, right? So I will take you on Primavera P6 dashboard. So accordingly, I will be explaining each and every task from, from this stage to go up on this stage. This is the, manhole or manway, and this is the top area. This is, again, I will be sharing this top roof. These are the shell courses, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And then this is bottom area. So in our case, we are going to fabricate every process separately. And then because in our this tank fabrication, there are two processes. There is first is foundation, civil works involved, and then the fabrication and then erection, right? So I'll be explaining this all on Primavera P6 dashboard. And here we are. First of all, I'll be taking you back on the foundation. So it's very simple thing, right? Over here, you can see that layout and marking. Layout and marking actually explaining that whenever we are actually going to select in the industrial zone in our factory where we have to place that tank. So we have to certify that, okay, this area is certain for the foundation construction. Then within that area, we are going to start excavation for the designer recommendation. Maybe it's like half-meter depth and all that. Then leveling and compaction, we are going to reinforce or we are going to strengthen that area. Then we are going to proceed with the lean activity. Okay. Then after lean is dried out, we have to place rebar work. We have to place rebar as per the bar schedule, and then farm work or shuttering. And then we are going to place any PVC conduit which is supposed to pass through that foundation for the purpose of the tank placement. Then concrete pour and removal of form work, and then backfill. So these are the certain activities. You can see that how we need to proceed to construct a foundation, right? So as a site engineer or as a fresh graduate, or you are not belonging to planning engineering, so you can just imagine that how these activities you can visualize anywhere. But when you are going to start your journey as a planning engineer, how these activities are coming up in sequence. Why? Because we are supposed to make their dependency, that if this activity is going to done, then we have to start this one, then we have to start this activity. And the only logic you can imagine or you can think about is that after arrangement of the layout and marking, resources, time, cost, and everything, you are supposed to start arrangement of this activity, then activity of this one. You need a concrete at this stage on this certain date. So once this dependency will be settled down, only in that situation you can arrange this concrete on the 25th February. So when you are going to make your project planning engineer job duty, so everything is there, very much sorted: time management, cost management, resource management. And you will be understanding that between 25th Feb and 3rd March, within these 5 days, you are going to bear the cost of this concrete. So your cash flow will be adding up that value as well. So that is how, as a planning engineer, it is not only you are sequencing the activities or understanding the simple activities, but at the same time, after knowing, after familiarity of all these basic tasks, you are going to arrange these tasks in a sequence to make them in a project schedule, right? So the civil work is done. Now, after this civil foundation is done, at the same time, this is being done on the site area, but what is going on in the yard area or in the workshop area? So I'll be explaining that one as well. So this is storage tank, and inside our fabrication, you can see that in our yard area, what is going on. So those bottom, understand, bottom, shell, and roof, right? So what you are supposed to do, first of all, the same thing, your fabrication sheets, marking of bottom and some plates, like you as a you can see that your welder is going to making marking as per the design, then cutting, right? And then sandblasting and painting. The same is going for the all the courses of shell plate, straightening, cutting, rolling, sandblasting, and for the rooftop area as well. Now erection is going to start. So what's going on? So I'm going to explain over here one by one. So once, see, erection of bottom plates and some. You are going to take all those plates on the foundational area, and then you are going to make the welding, right? Welding. First, you are going to make erection, installation, and then you are going to make joint, beveling, cutting, edges, and then going to start welding. Vacuum box test. So this is kind of test which is part of this NDT testing, which is going to make sure that your cracks are you can see that is a non-destructive testing actually method used to detect leaks or defects in the welding joints, especially in tank bottoms, pressure vessels, or pipelines, right? So as a planning engineer, you understand this QA/QC requirement as well, and the definition, because when you are going through such kind of job interviews that you have learned planning engineering using Primavera P6, sequencing is one thing, but another thing is to conduct such kind of test. So vacuum box test is actually used to implement to know that if there are any leaks and all that, right? Then once this on the foundational area, the bottom plate erection is done, welding is done, test is done. Erection of first shell. I told you earlier that what is first shell. See over here, this is, once you are done with this area is done. Now this is your first shell. This is your second shell. This is your third shell, fourth, fifth, and This one is sixth. So step by step, you will be understanding all these things. So first shell, erection of first shell, welding, you are going to make erection and then welding, oil penetrate test. This is another test which have same category of NDT testing. So it's also actually known as liquid penetrate testing, right? LPT and OPT. This is an NDT technique actually going to locate surface breaking defects such as cracks, porosity, or seams in non-porous material. So this is also a type of testing once we are done with our first shell. Then we are going to start with our second shell installation, third shell installation, dye penetrate test, the same thing as it was, in OPT. In dye penetrate test, you are going to use some color, some fluorescent to detect if there are any cracks or leakages, right? And then fourth shell installation, then we have radiographic testing. The same thing, radiographic is actually going to be used for the NDT method, X-rays or gamma rays, to inspect the internal structure of material for flaws such as cracks, voids, or inclusions or something like that, right? So this is actually radiations oriented test. So then fifth shell, the sixth shell, and then inside this you can see curb angle installation. You can see over here there are curves, right? Before it can see, you can see there is an angle, right? A curve like it is going like this one, right? So installation of this one, and then you can see that central column erection for roof. Obviously, the tank construction, such a heighted tank, needs some support in terms of column. Brackets installation for rafter. Rafter is a horizontal beam. So I'll be sharing. So see, this one is, this one is your tank. Okay. And here you can make, this is rafter, horizontal beam. So here is the curve like this one, right? So that is how you have to understand the, different structural items as well. Rafter installation, nozzle marking, nozzle installation. These are the nozzles in the shell area, bottom area, in the top roof area, where you need to put some, gauges, pipe taps, for temperature, for pressure, for nozzles, for outlets and inlets, flanges. So manhole is something from where you can enter in that tank for the maintenance, manhole fit up, right? So this is supposed to be like a manhole, right? Over here. But when we are taking the horizontal review, so see, this would be this is the manhole. Okay. And then I'll be sharing again manhole welding. Obviously, you are going to weld this one. Pneumatic test of manhole. You are going to make pneumatic testing with the usage of air. Roof plates installation, roof plate welding, nozzle marking, and all those things one by one. See, then again, nozzle welding, vacuum box test, installation of platforms, punch list. If something is left behind, you are going to document all those things, make the accessories and all that. Hydro testing, you are going to fill that tank with water, implement the hydro testing pressure limits, and hold for that as per the prescribed or instructed time durations. And then painting for that tank if hydro testing is successful. So that is how you can understand that how easy for a planning engineer that after foundation you have to make fabrication of bottom plates, shell plates, and roof, and then erection one by one. So these are the things you need to collect data as a sequence of activity list, right? So this is scope management for the fabrication. Tanks vary from one to another. There are pressurized tanks, there are vertical tanks, horizontal tanks, but overall, I was explaining over here diesel storage, crude oil storage tank over here, right? So these are the general activities specific to a project fabrication, and you can gather the data, you can make sequence and create their critical path method, link all the activities with respect to their dependency. If you are a new one, you can talk to your project management team, but my intention is to deliver this data as per the industry oriented practices. So this is the scope management for the fabrication of these plates, civil works, and then dependency model is explained like everything. You can see that once bottom plates are done, you are going to start erection. Then shell plates will be done. Then you are going to make erection. Then plates are done. Then you are supposed to make their erection over here. So accordingly, testing is going on, and your site team is going to document each and everything, reporting back to the head office. Planning engineer is supposed to take that data. So what is done, what is left behind, as per time management, cost management, and resource management. So that is how you need to, first of all, as a planning engineer, you need to understand the development of, so this is called product development, right? So that is how, as a planning engineer, you have to grip first thing. If you have no exposure to the site, or you are jobless and you are looking for a job, so you need to watch such kind of videos to get that exposure as a product development, different kind of stages, because product development is one of the four most important pillars of a planning engineer. The first one is project management. That is easy to understand: time management, cost management, resource management. But to implement project management, you need to understand that how foundation will be developed, how fabrication will be developed, right over here. So product development is that much important. And then your Primavera P6 loading is very important, the third important pillar for planning engine. And the fourth one is contract. Within contract, your different contractual milestones will be explained. So I hope this video has helped you to understand from a very scratch level that how industrial tanks fabrication will be conducted. And I hope you like this video, and it is going to enhance your understanding of project planning control in with respect to product development. And please comment in the video, so and support, so that in the upcoming days I will be addressing other products like roadworks, like I have already explained about bridge construction as well, and other products. Please mention in the comment area what kind of products you want to explain with respect to planning concepts. Thank you very much.